Welcome my fellow Weeaboos to my Attack on Titan Strength and Power tier list. Attack on Titan, aka Shingeki no Kyojin, is quite possibly the greatest anime/manga of all time. I know this, as the founding Weeaboo, I can exist in the future, past, and present all at once. I've also used my omniscient otaku site to analyze the series to rank all the important characters in terms of how powerful they are. I strongly suggest you watch or read the series to completion before watching this video, as if you don't, I'll send a Titan to your house. The Cadet tier is for humans skilled in combat. However, they're all limited due to the fact they don't have ODM gear. Falco and Gabi are trained warriors, with Gabi being the more skilled of the two. She's also more willing to kill, and she has the special ability of making people hesitate before killing her due to her being a child. Armed with an anti-Titan rifle, she managed to take down a small Titan and a certain edgy protagonist. Rage-amped Niccolo was able to solo Gabi and Falco. Yelena is an imposing woman who can even pass off as a man with a little fake facial hair. She's armed with a gun and has no problem taking racist people out. Kiyomi's Asian, which comes with the martial arts ability, and she used this to disarm, armlock, and pin Flock. Peak is a fully trained warrior that won't hesitate to kill. Theo Magath was a commander then general of the Marleyan military with plenty of kills under his belt. He physically dominated Yelena and gave her an extra elbow. The low scout tier is for characters who are trained with ODM gear and can compete with and possibly kill a single small to average sized Titan. Louise was a Mikasa wannabe who seemingly took down a Titan but got gravely injured in that same battle. Hitch was a member of the military police, though it was implied she didn't make it through honest methods. Despite this, she managed to flip and subdue a weakened Annie. Marlo would also likely be around here. Historia was ranked in the top 10 of the 104th Training Corps and managed to kill a Titan attacking Ymir. Sasha was ranked number 9 and was a skilled marksman. She managed to fight off a small Titan without her ODM gear. I do think Sasha after the time skip would go higher, but unfortunately her story was ended early before we could see her full potential. Kani was ranked 8 in the Corps and was quick due to his small frame, but he fumbled most of his encounters with Titans in his early career. An honorable mention goes to Marco, as he was ranked 7 in the Corps and has a higher combat stat than the trio below. However, when choosing the 7 most physically fit and adept soldiers to take down a group of Titans, Connie and Sasha were chosen over Marco. Ymir would have made it into the top 10 of the Corps, but deliberately held back so Historia could make it in. She has a higher combat score than the 3 below and kicked a small Titan out of a window. Hannes blocked a slap from a large Titan, which is one of the best physical strength feats from a human in the series. Unfortunately, his skills didn't quite match up to his strength, and while he could temporarily hold his own against a large Titan, he could not defeat one. Smaller Titans in the size range of 3 to 5 meters would go around here, as none of the characters below have proven they could take even a small Titan out in a fair upfront fight. Connie and Sasha even failed to do so in a surprise attack from behind. Armin was never really much of a fighter and had the lowest combat stat out of anyone, so before the time skip he would have probably been at the bottom of this tier, if not in the tier below. But after the time skip, he greatly improved and even managed to take out the Pixis Titan. Jean was ranked 6 of their Corps and had a combat stat of 9. Prior to the time skip, he could kill smaller Titans and outmaneuver and fight back against larger ones. Eren was ranked 1 spot above him at number 5 of the Corps, and was one of the best hand-to-hand fighters of their group as well. He only ever killed 1 Titan with his own skills as a human, but he did go up against the Colossal Titan twice, managing to outmaneuver it in their first encounter, and rip Bertolt right out of it with Armin's help in their second. Eren after the time skip may have improved upon his skills, but the only thing we see him do is beat up Armin, so unfortunately there's no proof he goes any higher than this. The mid-scout tier is for characters who can take a large Titan head-on and win. Kaven was second in command of Kenny's elite anti-personnel control squad. She's extremely skilled in taking on other humans and got the better of Hanji by baiting her. However, she's not equipped for taking on Titans. Large Titans measuring 10 to 15 meters are extremely dangerous even for veteran soldiers. Mikasa said even if they're elite, 2 squads can't handle 4 at once. Abnormals can be even more dangerous, some even possibly being in the tier above. They say those who can't do, teach, but Keith Shadis managed to take down multiple Titans. Mitabi, Riko, and Ian were all elite members of the garrison with the skill to take down Titans. I ranked them in order of their combat stats. Ness and Sis are battle-hardened scouts who work together to take out an abnormal. Gunto was one of the original members of the Levi squad, handpicked by Levi himself due to his skill. He had the lowest number of solo kills out of his squad, and was killed by Annie before he could show off any of his skills like the others, so I left him in this tier, though he could be up with the rest of his team. Gelgar and Nanaba were both veteran members of Squad Mike and took down a large number of Titans before finally going down themselves. Nanaba was less reckless and performed a bit better than Gelgar, so I put her higher. The high scout tiers for the most skilled scouts in the series. Petra, Eld, and Oluo were members of Squad Levi and could even give the female Titan trouble, which puts them a level above Ness and Sis, who were swiftly defeated by her. I ranked them based off their combat stats and kill counts. Hanji is one of the smartest characters in the series, but she's also physically strong enough to choke out Oluo. She has proved herself in combat both against other humans and Titans. She's outfitted with Thunder Spears, which give her an advantage over the pre-time skip scouts, and has the conviction to fight to the death, taking down multiple Colossal Titans before burning up. Flock was able to get past the Jaw Titan, kick away Hanji, counter the Cart Titan, and would have destroyed their ship, ending their journey if he wasn't sniped by Gabi. Connie, after the time skip, honed his skills to the point he was capable of taking out groups of opposing humans and Titans alike. Jean also increased his skills over the time skip and managed to outmaneuver a bunch of the past 9 Titans to blow the founding Titan's head off. Bertolt was ranked 3rd of the 104th and managed to fight off Mikasa even though she attacked him from behind. Rhino was ranked 2nd of the trainees and was one of the physically toughest and strongest humans in the series, being able to lift and carry a small Titan on his back as it was biting his arm. Eren realized Rhino was probably always holding back on him during their training, and wished to become as strong as him one day. Commander Erwin is a ruthless fighter who managed to challenge Levi. He's about as manly as you can get, and even continued fighting after getting his arm bitten off by a Titan. With just one arm, he was able to save Eren from Bertolt and Rhina, even managing to cut off one of the armored Titan's fingers. Mike was stated to be second only to Levi in the scouts, and took down 5 Titans on his own. For some reason, this dude has super smell and is capable of sniffing out approaching Titans. The low shifter tiers for the weakest of the Titan shifters, as well as some of the most elite humans in the series. Annie was a master martial artist with stone-crushing strikes, easily being able to defeat both Eren and Rhina in hand-to-hand combat. With her ODM gear, she managed to assassinate Gunta. Kenny once thought he was the strongest man on the planet, and he honestly wouldn't have been wrong at the time if it hadn't been for Titans. He's killed over 100 members of the military police throughout his career and trained Levi. He later fought his former apprentice, giving him some trouble, but ultimately he was no match for Levi. Kenny doesn't have the proper gear or experience needed for taking on Titans, and essentially pooped himself from a partial Titan transformation, so I don't think he would go above any of the Titan shifters. Falco, after becoming the Jaw Titan, was able to slaughter Jaegerists, destroy buildings, and pin down the Cart Titan. Initially he couldn't control himself, and just attacked like a mindless beast, so he would have been the weakest of the Titan shifters in that form. Due to taking in some of the Beast Titan's spinal fluid, Falco later evolved, growing in size and sprouting wings. He doesn't really fight in this form, so the best I can say is he's above his previous form. Frida was in possession of the Founding Titan, the most powerful of the 9 Titans someone could obtain, but she lacked experience with it and was incapable of utilizing its full power. Ymir, no, not that Ymir, this Ymir, in her Jaw Titan form, was capable of taking down large groups of Titans due to her speed and mobility. Her Titan is on the smaller side, and she needed to use a castle tower to keep her advantage over the attacking Titans. Eren, when he initially started using the power of the attack Titan, didn't have full control over it, but he kept his fighting techniques. Combining that with his raw physical strength, he could blow apart regular Titans with his strikes. The first time he transformed, he ended up taking out over 20 Titans. Mikasa graduated first in the 104th, and is said to be equal to 100 soldiers. As an Ackerman, she has some level of superhuman strength, being able to stab an adult man in the heart from behind, even as a child. She's one of the few characters who has no problem taking out Titans, and her kill count is probably second only to Levi. Prior to the time skip, she was good enough to annoy Annie in Titan form, but she was unable to defeat her, even when Annie was injured and she had help. So pre-time skip Mikasa should be relegated to this tier. The mid-shifter tiers for Titans who would make quick work of the ones below. The Owl as the attack Titan was able to crush boats as well as other Titan shifters over his back. Grisha as the attack Titan easily defeated Frida in her Titan form, as well as multiple past Titan shifters. Peak as the Cart Titan was one of the weakest of the Titan shifters physically, but she has the best stamina, being able to maintain her Titan form for months on end, or leave her Titan and retransform hundreds of times. She used this strategy to take out multiple past Titan shifters. She can also be equipped with armor and weaponry manned by others to turn her into a mobile artillery unit, Rhina as the armored titan is the most durable titan, being completely covered in near impenetrable armor. He's also one of the strongest, being able to throw titans like ragdolls and overpower Eren in his attack titan form. Out of all of the titan shifters aside from the Colossals in the final battle against Eren, Rhina honestly impressed me the most, likely due to his raw stats being so good. Most of the titans above him just outscale or speed him. Eren, after gaining full control of his attack titan, defeated Rhina on multiple occasions due to his greater fighting skill. He did get some help from Mikasa in his first fight with Rhina, and may have lost that one without her, but Eren then gained the Titan Hardening ability, which allowed him to convincingly defeat Rhina in their second fight. After the time skip, Eren defeated Rhina with one punch, but Rhina's only goal was to retrieve the Jaw Titan from him. Porco as the Jaw Titan was even faster than Ymir's Titan form and was getting the better of Eren. His jaw and claws are devastatingly powerful, being some of the only things that can pierce through Titan Hardening. Due to this, he should be able to take out Rhina. His small size does make him on the weaker side in terms of brute strength, and if any of the other titans on this tier besides Peak get a hold of him, they can rip him limb from limb. The female titan is known for its versatility, high mobility, and endurance, but the real dangerous thing about it is its user. Annie's one of the most skilled hand-to-hand fighters in the series, on par with Mikasa. Put that level of fighting skill into a 14-meter titan and you have a devastating combination. She was able to defeat Eren twice, and that rage moment from Eren wasn't in the manga. Even including that, he attacked her from behind and still failed to stop her. She has the power to harden portions of her body, which will allow her to strike through Rhina's hardened body, as well as protect her from incoming attacks. Zeke as the Beast Titan was able to easily defeat Rhina in combat. He's immensely strong, being able to rip titans apart, break the walls made up of the same material as titan armor, and throw debris with power greater than an artillery unit. Zeke is more of a ranged fighter, but he can also harden his body for defense if need be. Due to his royal blood, he's stronger than the Beast Titans of the past, and if any of his spinal fluid gets into an Eldian, he can transform them into a titan with a scream. The titans he creates are also fully under his control. Annie's skill and Porco's speed could be a problem if they get in close, but considering Zeke could accurately tag the faster of the two while he was moving, makes them even getting close to him unlikely. If they do manage to close the distance, or if the fight starts off close, given how easily Zeke seems to have taken Rhina down, I think them defeating him in close range is questionable. Zeke actually has a statement calling him the strongest titan, and honestly, he might even be able to take the Colossal Titan down with a well-placed throw to the nape. The high shifter tiers for characters who can easily take out the titans below. Mikasa, after the time skip, has improved her already insane skills even further, to the point she may actually be on par with Captain Levi. She definitely seems superior to the injured Levi in the final battle. Being armed with Thunder Spears takes away her flaw of not being able to bypass a Titan's hardening ability, and none of the characters in the tier below would be able to keep up with her speed. Levi Ackerman is the strongest member of humanity with speed and skill that surpass what should normally be possible. He got the better of the Beast Titan every time they fought, and was getting the better of the female Titan before he hurt himself saving Mikasa. With just his blades, you could argue him a tier down, especially since he would have no way of taking out Rhina, but with the Thunder Spears, everyone in the tier below is going to be blitzed and killed. The Rod Rice Titan is over 2 times bigger than the Colossal Titan, and is just too big for the Thunder Spears or any of the Titans below to take out. The Warhammer Titan has one of the greatest offensive powers of the 9 Titans, being able to generate giant hardened spikes from its flesh. These giant spikes could probably go right through the nape of the Rod Rice Titan. Like its name suggests, it can also create a giant hammer, and can strike with enough force to break right through Eren's hardened defense. The Warhammer is also extremely hard to kill, as the user doesn't have to reside in the nape. Rather, they can control the body through a connection from the feet that goes to a crystal hidden in an undisclosed location. Due to this, both Eren and Mikasa failed at defeating the Warhammer initially. Even after Eren found out the secret, he was not able to damage the crystal without the unconsenting help of the Jaw Titan. Eren, after devouring the Warhammer Titan, gained its powers. With the power of 2 Titans, Eren was able to take on Rhina and Porco at the same time. The one drawback to the Warhammer's power is that it burns up a lot of energy. The Colossal tier is for, you guessed it, Colossal Titans. When a Colossal Titan transforms, it creates what is essentially a small nuclear explosion. After transforming, their great size makes them more than a match for most Titans. Demonstrated by Bertolt kicking Eren away like a baby and biting Rhina's head off. Colossals lack mobility, but can make up for it by burning their muscle tissue away as steam to blow back and burn approaching foes. Armin vs Bertolt could be argued either way, but I put Armin higher because he was able to put up a fight against Colossal Eren, and I put Eren higher because he was winning that fight. The founding tier is for characters with the full power of the founding titan. Ymir's titan form was huge and dwarfed even colossal titans. Aaron's founding titan form was even bigger, and he had the full command of thousands of colossal titans with the rumbling. He used that power to kill 80% of humanity. Ymir helped defend his body with the titan shifters of the past, and it took the combined might of Armin, Mikasa, Levi, Annie, Rhina, Peak, Falco, Jean, Connie, and Gabi to take him down. The Founder's power gives the user the ability to alter the bodies and minds of fellow subjects of Ymir, and Eren could have just taken away everyone's titan powers if he wanted to. Even the giant worm that came out of his body after his head fell off was so powerful it tanked a colossal titan nuke, and couldn't be stopped by Rhina, Annie, and Peak working together. I think it's clear Eren with the power of the founding titan is the strongest character in the series. Or maybe Eren just implanted that in my head. Anyways, I think one thing is clear now, and that is you're going to subscribe to me right now if you already haven't. I want to be able to create a rumbling of weeaboos to stomp over all of the world that isn't Japan, as Japan is the true Paradise Island.